minute here. YouTube was fast today. Normally it takes me like, I don't know, like a full minute or something before YouTube says it's streaming. Today it was like boom, right away. Good job, YouTube. Congratulations. You actually worked like normal, like almost any other website. All right. Now post the streaming links on Discord. No. Okay. All right. Let's go ahead and get into the game, and then I could start. I do the adjustments now, so then we're faster into what we need to be into. However far over I need to adjust this so it's to about there. Okay. About there. Move this over as well. All right. So the complaint was made that I talked too much with the last part. And that's fair. I do talk a fair bit. I would remind viewers that I'm streaming my playing a game. Now, I'm not streaming game footage. I'm streaming me as I play a game. So when I say things, first of all, we have people live in the chat, at least usually, which means I'm interacting with them. That's part of the whole streaming experience. So if that bothers you, I apologize. You can fast forward a little bit in the video and skip past that. But I'm going to be talking to people in the stream. I'm not going to just sit there and pretend like they're not around. They watch me play both so they can see the story that I'm going through with the game, but also hear my thoughts on it. That's why they watch me and not somebody else. I mean, they might watch other people too, but my point is, that's why they're watching me specifically play the game. They're not watching it, especially some of these people, like Silowell, for example, has played this game before. It's not like he needs to see what's going on to learn how to play the game or something. He's watching it because he wants to see me and my reaction to the game. So I would point out that that's kind of part of the point of a streaming game versus just like no commentary gameplay or something. If I was a channel that did no commentary gameplay, that'd be different. Then obviously I should just get to the game and upload the game and show the solutions for the game and stuff. That's not what my channel is. My channel is my reactions to games, typically for the first time, although not always, and my thoughts on a game as I play it, as the plot unfolds and so on. So while I do appreciate that I talk too much, and that's fair, I will try to cut that down to a point. Do keep in mind that I'm interacting with people live while I'm doing these. And I need to get back to doing it. But when I'm uploading a game, I'm still gonna have commentary that's me talking about what I feel about the game. So that's the point of a Let's Play. That's the point of a blind playthrough. So if you don't like that, while I would love to have you stay, if you don't like that, this might not be the place for you. I'm going to do what I'm going to do on my channel, and if that is not to your liking, then, you know, you can always find somebody else that maybe is to your liking. I'm not going to be rude and say piss off or something, because, you know, obviously I don't take offense if you don't like what I'm doing. But I would point out that while you're free to express how you feel about what I do, and I will try to take certain things under advisement, maybe even make some adjustments. I'm not going to promise that there's not going to be any talking or something during the game. It's just not going to be a thing that happens. So decide now if this is something you can be okay with or not. So with that said, I'm not upset. I'm not offended. I'm just stating things how they are, so you know you can manage expectations going forward. If you don't like that I'm doing things the way I do them, then don't, you know, my content's obviously not going to appeal to you, so don't watch it, I would say, right? Why waste your time watching something you don't like when you could find something that you do? So I hope you stick around, and I hope you enjoy it, but, you know, I'm not going to do a ton of changing. My personality is such, so I don't know if I've not been officially diagnosed or anything, and I don't know that it's excessive, depends, I guess. But I have some level of ADHD, I think, which means that my mind's going to wander on tangents and explanations and things. So welcome, Silhouette. I was just talking about you briefly a minute ago. So in summary, just once again, I play these games live. I live stream them, which means I have people in chat like Silhouette who just showed up, which means I'm going to be interacting or trying to interact with people in chat. That also means, since I'm playing the games blind, that I'm going to be giving an explanation of my thoughts as I go through the game. I've not played these before, so I'm interested in things about the plot, reasoning of characters, all that kind of stuff. So I'm going to be commentating on that. If you have a problem with my commentary during the game, if you think it's excessive or you don't like it at all or something, this might not be the place to watch gameplays for you. I'm just saying. Okay? So, again, I'm not offended. I'm not upset. But given comments recently about how I talk too much and stuff, well, that's fair. Maybe I talk too much for your tastes. Maybe I do talk too much in general. My channel's going to be what my channel's going to be. So if you want to hang around, I'd love to have you hang around and enjoy going through my experience with me. But if that's not your thing, find entertainment that's going to entertain you. Don't torture yourself watching me play through a game. You feel like my commentary is too excessive or something, okay? So just want to put that out there because, you know, from time to time I get these kind of complaints and I'm like, well, I mean, the whole reason I do this is for fun, for my enjoyment. I'm not going to do something that I don't enjoy, not talking about what I'm experiencing and stuff. I'm not going to go through stuff I don't enjoy just for the sake of a channel or something. Okay, that's not, I have a real job, like a real life job. I don't need to be doing this. I do this for entertainment, for me. And for the interaction I have with commenters, people in chat, and so on. So it's going to be what it's going to be. You decide if you're okay with that or if you can't stand that and you got to move on. And if you do, no hard feelings. Enjoy wherever you go. So there you go. Okay, so last time We ended at the hotel here, and I think we finished looking at everything we can look at in the hotel for now. We did note you can, it looks like the wall from our room goes directly to the office over here or whatever. This room. Like our room. You think how that would work. We go in the hall this way, but then when we transfer to that scene, it's this way with our room over here. Yeah. So the hall goes like this, and our room would be right over here, which makes sense that it would share a wall with one of these. That's true. So we potentially are going to, I'm assuming, blow a hole through the wall or cut a hole through the wall, something. Sledgehammer, whatever it is, at some point in the game to get into the office to look more at something in here. I don't know why we would be looking at something in the office. That part of the plot hasn't been unfolded yet, but other than that, when we go in here, the other scene, at the end of the hall, there are people walking around, so it's animated, more, you know, lifelike or engaging or whatever, but you can't interact with any of them. They all just wander. There's no option to talk to them or anything. Can't go to the end of the hall where they're sitting in the reading room or anything. I don't even remember if you can try to go into the other room. If you can, it's, I'm sure, locked. Anyway, so we've done everything pretty much back here. I think we cannot get in here right now. We don't want to talk to Murray. We already had our initial conversation with him. Dude obviously is just a sleazebag money grubber. It's the difference between being a businessman and being like all about the money and nothing else, right? In America, we'd say all about the Benjamins, but I mean, that doesn't translate to other countries. Unless you happen to know that Benjamin is the $100 bill in America. Think we tried the phone and he said he didn't have anybody you wanted to call? It's just examined right now anyway, so we can't use it. Let's see what he says. I don't remember.
A telephone.
Oh. That's all he says. Literally. He's like, okay, it's you know that thing where you call people and say that's what that is. All right. Already did the postcard map, blah 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 over here, and we're like, yeah, that's all stupid, and we don't want it anymore. Looked at this, I remember. What did he say about the stands?
Huh. Blackmere Castle in poster format. I wonder who would hang this kind of thing above their bed.
Well, to be fair, a tourist. I mean, you have, at a minimum, and I'm not saying them specifically, but you have people more of like kind of leaning in the goth direction or something. People who like dark and mysterious things and stuff, and I'm one of them. I love horror games. So somebody like me actually probably would buy a poster like that, to be frank. If I went somewhere abroad, visited, was like, it was hella cool, has this great vibe, I might buy a poster and bring it back with me. Or, if they had like what I could legally, FBI, just in case, what I legally could bring into the country or something, if they had like a cool, like ornate dagger or something, I might bring that back with me too. So, I don't think there's anything else in the hotel right now. Okay, let's go out and see what else we got.
Wasting water like that wouldn't really be Murray's style. I guess it's rainwater that's pumped up again and again.
That's gross. So the water trickles down, gets funneled to some kind of pool or something, and then it gets pumped up and down. So it's all muddy and stuff because it's been on the ground. That's gross. I think we already trekked everything out here and didn't find anything more. It could, I'm not saying it necessarily would be, But doing this 3-game series could actually be kind of a cool series of movies. If you think about it, the whole idea, especially the first one, where you don't know what's going on yet. Once you get to the second and third, I think they still could be done well as movies. It'd be harder. You'd have to do a better job, though, of making it still engaging and entertaining to the user, or to the viewer, because you already know the backstory, so you don't have the mystery of that anymore. Now you're trying to figure out, like in this case, at least initially, we're trying to get Darren's name cleared of what Angelina did. And in the last game, there was zero connection initially that we knew of between the first game and Darren and his foster mom. So there's some degree of mystery still, but not nearly as much as in the first game, where you're like, what the hell? Why are people dying?
There are a few steps leading down behind the hotel. To the river, I reckon.
And we cannot go that way, at least right now. You can only look at it. I guess back to Willow Creek. We're done here, it seems. Whoops. Hang on. Room 2, that's ours, yeah. Oh,
a rucksack with a contorted image of my father's face on it. I'm not sure Murray's actually allowed to sell crap like this. Whatever. I'll sue him for that later. First of all, let's see what's inside.
A cigarette lighter also with his face? I remember this from last game.
Plastic soul key, check. Batteries, none. Murray tight ass, check. One of Murray's merchandise articles. A blood-splattered plastic knife. Great for Halloween, especially in combination with a Samuel Gordon mask. A lighter with Samuel's face on it. I could probably laugh about it if it wasn't my own father.
Yeah, I still think for now we go to Willow Creek again. What? Oh, right. This is the side that's the museum. For some reason, I thought we were across the way, and I'm like, where are the women? We've not been gone that long, have we? They could have moved on, of course, but I don't think this will be any different. Let me see.
There's a poster hanging here. We're rebuilding for you. Soon will be even more spectacular. Experience the horror up close and personal. Reopening on the 1st of December. That's in a few days' time.
That's right, it was a few days, not a few hours. Okay.
I don't want to disturb her.
Okay, so nothing with Dr. Winterbottom right now. Back to the woods. Let's not do that right now. Do find it interesting, though, in the first game, I'm trying to remember if it was the last game also, but in the first game, we entered Willow Creek from down over this side. So if we go over here, hang on. So from over here, we would enter Willow Creek from here. Coming from Black Mirror Castle, we would enter here. In this game, you have to go to the end past the museum and then opposite direction. That's a little strange. I mean, it's not the end of the world, but it's something I noticed. It's kind of unexpected. And still nothing with the women. Okay. We might need to go back to the wasn't a diner, coffee shop or whatever, cafe, and see if something more has happened there, or possibly police station. Let me go here first. Actually, let me double click so it'll go faster. You have to walk the whole way. That woman was not nervous about us at all. She like backs away, keeping her eyes steadily on us. Yikes. Oh, it's Bobby. Hey, Bobby.
Huh, there's Bobby, the village idiot. Well, no, that's being unfair. He's pretty much the nicest guy for miles around. Hello, Bobby.
Oh, hi, Darren. Is it true that you're evil now?
No, Bobby, you don't need to be scared. I'd never do anything to anyone.
The others said that you set fire to the castle.
You shouldn't believe everything people tell you, Bobby. I'm innocent. I was just in the wrong place at the wrong time.
That's what Tom says all the time, too. Okay, Darren. I believe you.
So, Bobby's own brother, who actually is a slime ball and minor criminal, mostly, except for the kidnapping, but otherwise minor criminal mostly, is the one giving advice to Bobby, who will actually believe us, who is more likely in us. Okay. But I also think it's funny that Darren said, no, I would never hurt anybody, including like not smothering your grandmother or your great grandmother while she's on her deathbed. Really? Okay. Just figured I'd check, make sure we're understanding the same thing here. You're saying.
Tell me, Bobby, do you know the village policeman?
Yeah, but I don't like him. Tom doesn't like him either.
It's fair. I don't like him either, so that's fine.
What's your brother Tom up to then?
I don't know. He's not around much right now. But that's good too. He said he's going to kill you if he finds you.
Gee, I wonder why that would be. Yeah, okay, so I'm trying to kind of, I know it's not required, but I'm trying to kind of have the conversation be more flowing. Like, so he just mentioned Tom with police, so we'll talk about Tom next, that kind of thing, right? Anyway, but I don't really see a thing here other than maybe Bobby, so we'll just talk about the cafe, I think.
Are you working here now?
Yeah, but not for money, but for Denise. She's my new girlfriend. I help her out.
And what does Edward have to say about that?
Nothing. He gives me a cloth and a wash bucket.
I get it.
Yeah, Denise is his girlfriend. She does not strike me at all like the kind of person who would take advantage of Bobby for getting favors and stuff. Some real great people here in town. Anyway.
And is Denise happy you're helping her out?
Yeah, she gives me muffins and chocolate.
That's kind of her.
But I don't want to have it for nothing. I'll pay for it later. I don't want her to get into trouble.
That's nice of you, Bobby. You really like her then?
Oh, yeah. Denise is much prettier than Mrs. Puff. She's even more beautiful than the sun.
Aw, that's sweet. Bobby's sweet. All right, let's ask him about himself, I guess.
Aren't you working in the museum anymore?
No. Mrs. Puff sent me away.
The mayoress sent you away? How come she did that?
I didn't take enough care, she said. I did lose the key.
Oh, I'm sorry about that.
Yeah, more than Bobby knows, because we kind of are the reason he lost the key. I mean, to be fair, though, we were stuck, right? We couldn't friggin'... Anyway, it's fine. Edward, old woman, yeah, that's fine.
The waiter, Edward, is he pleased that you're helping her as well?
He'd send me away, but I always came back. Then he said that if I make myself useful, I can stay. I'm not allowed to just sit and stare at Denise, because people would get scared of me. I don't like it if people are scared of me.
I don't like that either.
Edward said as well that if I touch a cake, then I'll have to eat it. And they don't give me coffee anymore because it makes me ill.
Coffee doesn't agree with everybody. It's very, very acidic, so it's understandable.
Do you know the old lady who left so quickly earlier?
That's old Dorothy. She's funny. She always comes here and picks up old cakes. She gives them to goats. I like goats.
I'd better be going.
Okay, Darren.
Bye, Bobby. Edward maybe at least will have something to say about Bobby,
Later.
probably.
I've asked all I want to know for the moment.
Or never mind. I am totally wrong. It's fair. Okay.
I better not go in there right now, or Denise will bar me from the place.
Okay, so other than Bobby working here, there wasn't anything new. Well, there's he just said her name too. The old lady. Sometimes my brain doesn't brain. Probably nothing here, but let's see. No, I don't think so.
The sales girl is terrified of me. As long as I don't ask her any questions, then I probably won't give her a heart attack.
Yeah. Okay. Let's go here. So that means the inspector is still over at the cafe. Well, presumably. Technically, we don't know, but I mean, he's not here. And we only know that he had gone to the cafe, so. Yeah. A knife. Interesting. Well, remember earlier when he, the first time he was in the store and he, freaking went for the knife, he's like, I have a knife. I'm gonna kill you. Weird voice. And it's like, dude, you're not doing yourself any favors talking like that. That was funny. I wonder what this... Is this supposed to be the time of day? I don't think so. It's missing some lights. Some parts are burned out, so you can't really tell. It could be, though. 1341 could be the time. Or something like that.
I'll just leave him in peace for now.
So nothing more there either. Okay. Now the woman has goats, Bobby said, right? So maybe if we go back along the woods and take one of those side things, maybe. We don't really have, other than possibly the lighter, because this is plastic. So other than possibly the lighter, we really don't have anything to help us get through something like a closed-off fence or somewhere that might be overgrown with brambles or that kind of thing. Um, seems like we mostly finished here. So let's go back to the woods.
I've no idea where that path leads. Before I get myself lost in the woods, I'd rather stay on the road.
I remembered that there was a road like that. I just didn't remember which one. That goes up to the lighthouse. We don't need to do... Or does this immediately go to the lighthouse? No, there's this side thing. Yeah. Beaten track. There's the barbed wire. Did I do... Oh no, what does he say?
Aimlessly wander through the woods? No thanks. The last time I did that, I got arrested for arson and murder.
Oh. I wonder if we'll ever end up going up that way or not. This is barbed wire, yes. We're not getting through that with anything we have on us right now. Anyway. There's gate. That has barbed wire. And obviously we can't go through there without getting past the gate. Yes, I don't think there's anything this way for us right now. Going back to the lighthouse isn't going to do a whole lot. This was Unmade Road?
That's the road to Wormhill, Willow Creek's neighboring village. Well, village is a little bit of an exaggeration, but at least there's a church there. I don't want to walk there, though. Well, I have no reason to.
Oh, guidebook? What's
A
that?
busted signpost. You can hardly make out what he used to say.
Nothing else. I was hoping we had some new object or something. I guess not. I'm assuming there's not... I mean, this isn't an object find game, so there's not going to be... I mean, generally. So there shouldn't be something, like, randomly in the grass, I wouldn't think. But... branches.
Dead branches on a dead tree. Looking at that makes you feel much more alive.
Alright. Maybe there's something back at the castle still. I don't know.
The castle looks really threatening from here. The last time I was here, I was able to bust open the wrought iron gate. The lock looks way sturdier than it used to be. I'm not going to be able to get it open without a lot of hassle for sure. Is it just me, or has nature taken its course at an amazing rate here over the last few weeks?
Yeah. It's not just you. That is something that I didn't really think about before, but yeah, that's stuff gets overgrown quickly for some reason. I don't know if it's just Blackmare Castle either, because if you think about the castle that was over in Wales, I mean, granted it was 12 years, but I mean, like, stuff has really gotten way overrun by nature there. And now, she would be our great aunt, right? Our great grandmother is inside here in the bed, so that would be our great aunt. Died apparently in the fire as well. So she, along with Bates, died. So there's nobody for that castle over in Wales now.
An empty letterbox. An empty letterbox.
Okay, so nothing important there. talked about them in here. Last time we had him describe about it. Yeah, unless we're gonna, I don't think we're gonna get in again. But let me try.
Nope, I'm not welcome here anymore.
Yeah, no. Okay, so not here either. So I wonder. I don't know why I started with the lighter, but try combining items. And just as always, some of these I'm pretty sure are not going to apply
At the
all,
moment,
but-
there's nothing I need to write down.
Oh, that's what that would be for. That's right. I forgot that he does that with the diary. Yeah. Okay. I don't think we're gonna combine any of this stuff. Let me think. She doesn't want to go to Wormhill, or Wormhill, whatever it's called. We're not welcome at the castle. Not seeing anything new. Oh, there's leaves, but I mean, you know, mostly.
First it was on the tree, and now it's on the ground. That's what you call the fall.
I always look, so it's like, it's leaves? What do you want me to say about it, dude? Yeah. I think there really wasn't anything else back at the lighthouse. Neither that initial lighthouse nor the ruin past it. There's nothing more really there. I don't think. Maybe we want the hotel instead. I don't know. Creek, Willow Creek. Gordon's Palace Hotel. Lighthouse. This is Wormhill. There's the castle. Huh. Let's jump to the hotel. There's got to be something here that I'm missing. Seems like everything else is pretty much totally empty. So I gotta figure out something out. Did I miss something back here? I don't remember seeing anything more, but I'm in room 2. Yeah, so we don't even get an indicator to try that. We cannot even go back there. Until floor plan.
The floor plan of the hotel. All of the rooms are drawn on it. Huh, Murray's office is right next to my room.
That's right, that's how we learned that. Like initially. And then going in our room, of course, then he says that the wall.
While I'm here, I may as well put away the stuff I don't want to carry around with me.
didn't accomplish much other than getting rid of a couple things from the inventory. Wonder, we still have this, and we use the payphone in town. I wonder if we use the telephone in the lobby with that, if we get some different result. Not especially hopeful, but maybe.
I don't want to call from here. Murray would be listening to everything and would try and sell quotes to the papers.
Okay.
I've had enough of my future for today. Maybe I'll call her again tomorrow.
So all of that just to get him to say that. Fantastic.
Who should I call? All the people.
Yeah. All the people he knows are dead. That includes almost his great-great-grandmother now, too. So what am I missing? What would be my next? Doesn't want to bother the psychiatrist or psychologist, whichever she is. Can't get in the museum. Is not going to go in the pub to the left of the ladies here. Ladies don't interact, or he can't interact with the ladies, I should say. Police department now has nobody except for the sergeant or whatever, and he's just sitting there and he doesn't want to talk to him anymore. The small store with the baya, there's nothing there right now further. Cafe, we've already done everything there, I think. Hotel, we were just at. I don't think there's anything more there. That path could be something, but it's always just the examine icon. We're not welcome at Black Mirror Castle anymore. He doesn't want to go to Wormhill. I don't think going to the lighthouse is going to help. I mean, I haven't tried it. We could try it, I guess. I don't know that we're going to get anything out of it, but... Path is back where we came from. Yes, there's nothing else here. It's all collapsed, obviously, since last time. Yeah, there's, as far as I can tell, there's literally nothing else here in the ruins. Where have I not been? Or where have I not tried that I should? I don't know. I can't think of anywhere. I don't know. I stumped, I think. Doesn't want to bother her still. That's still closed for a few days.
A barrel. It says Willow Creek Corner Shop on it. He's living in a lovely, colorful soap bubble. I'll burst it later. Later. I've...
I do not think of anything else to do. What the hell?
I'll just leave him in peace for now.
What I was worried about.
I'm not going back. I'm not going back there voluntarily.
Yeah, I don't see anything else in here either. don't know. I cannot think of. Be right back. Give me just 1 minute here. Um, trying to think. Not thinking of anything though that I could do really. Let me rather than tab away from the game with my computer screen here, let me use my cell phone. Let me consult a walkthrough. See if I can find maybe a tip or two, because I'm not thinking of what I need to do right now. Talk about controls, blah, 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 blah. Okay. Square. Dr. Jones business card. Done that stuff. Know that already. Got to fix the photocopier, which we did. Constable, not sergeant. Constable Zach. castle. Take the letter? What letter? I missed a letter at the hotel, looks like. Let me see. I didn't realize there was a letter in the room or something. Maybe it's in my inventory? I don't know, but let me... Okay. It says take the letter. What letter? Hang on. Oh. Oh. I see. Hang on. I guess that makes sense. I don't know why I would have thought to do this, but take a picture of Black Mirror Castle. Then we give this to
Oh
Murray.
well, here goes nothing.
Interesting. It's kind of strange. I must not be remembering from last week. I think Murray might have said something in conversation implying that he wanted... Oh, yeah. I remember now. Murray said he wanted a photo of us in like some kind of imposing format, didn't he? That's right. See, I completely forgot about that from last week. I didn't remember that he had asked for that. Okay, that makes sense. That's why we need that at least in one way to progress, because he asked for that. We need to fulfill that to get it back to him. Alright, here we go. Here you go, scumbag. I don't know why I wasn't remembering that from last week. It's what happens when we play each week. Forget some things sometimes.
So there, you've got your stupid photo. Happy?
Oh, I can hardly recognize a thing.
Me in front of the castle as agreed? Okay, off to the cops, Murray.
I'm sure you know how important my exonerating statement in the Valley murder case is.
Murray...
Okay, I'll take it.
First, go to the police station.
All right, then, I'll go today. I'm an honorable businessman.
And I'm a possessed madman.
Yeah.
I suggest taking a rest in your room first, and then when you wake up, everything will have been sorted with the police.
I really could use some sleep.
What? We gave him the Polaroid. Why do we have it still? What the hell? Bruh. I do like kind of the... what's the term for it? Like the hidden nod, or the nod to the player about some stuff. Like he's like, Murray said he's an honorable businessman. He's like, yeah, and I'm a possessed madman. You actually are a possessed madman, Darren. I mean, at least to a point. Maybe you're not totally controlled, but it's kind of funny. All right. Oh, and here's where the walkthrough is mentioning the letter. There's been a letter left for us. Okay, interesting.
Huh. Someone shoved something under the door.
Let's read this.
I can help you prove your innocence because I believe in your innocence. But I have to be able to trust you too. We can't meet yet, which is why I'm just gonna send you clues. If you want to take up my offer, then you'll find the first lead at your father's grave.
Started hearing that knocking. I was wondering if something's gonna happen. Okay.
Huh. That's a bit confusing. Who's this message from? Murray? He doesn't have an
No.
interest in proving my innocence.
Yeah.
And anyway, he would just tell me himself. But who else knows I'm living here in the hotel? I need to follow this up carefully. and I ought to find out where the graveyard is around here.
It's actually going to be Angelina from the last game. She's sending him clues. She still loves him, except she's actually his sister, and she is betraying him. And anyway, yeah, we asked Murray about the graveyard, where the graveyard is, I guess. Oh yeah, and I keep forgetting that I've got this to give me clues on what it is as well. I am dumb. Okay, police file. Okay, murder Amanda Valley. Friday, 8 a.m. Reported missing person by Abaya Abiniti Goyal. Also, Abaya is actually kind of closely tied to Amanda Valley, and that's why she's so nervous around us. Not just that she thinks we might be a killer, but she also lost her acquaintance, friend, whatever Amanda was to her. And so she's the one who reported the missing. Interesting. Okay. 12:30, body found by Inspector Conrad Spooner and PC Zach Hitchens in bushes close to ruined lighthouse at Sharp Edge. Forensic medical report, time of death, 14 to 16 hours prior to body being found, which would have been midnight, about 8 p.m. on Thursday. Yeah, Thursday between 10. Thursday between 10 and midnight. Cause of death, 4th degree burns. Yeah, that's basically where you're ash. That's obviously following a blow to the back of the skull with a blunt object. Crime scene and further investigation. The location of the body also appears to be the scene of the crime. No signs of dragging. Subject went independently to the old white lighthouse where she was assaulted, had petrol poured over her, and was set on fire. Given what we just saw last night with at Dead of Night too, that kind of now, just because it's so close, like so soon, makes me think of that. This is funny. Nationality U.S. American. I mean, we're not actually. Not legally. We were not born in the United States. We're a UK citizen, even though we were taken as a baby over to the U.S. Anyway. It's the whole going back to America, except I don't know if we're... Anyway. I don't know if we actually would still be considered a citizen if people knew. I guess we just don't tell people. So we don't get in trouble. Free at last. Status of investigation. Darren Michaels' disposition as well as the veracity of his contradictory statements are currently under analysis by the forensic psychiatrist, Dr. Joyce Winterbottom. Possible murder weapon. One torch still glowing at the time of arrest, which was being carried by Darren Michaels when he was apprehended and which is currently undergoing laboratory tests. Deportation to the USA not possible. Suspect released on bail following court judgment. Dr. Winterbottom has been mandated as supervisory and reporting individual. And again, I'll just say it again, also not a U.S. citizen. To be checked by PC Zach Hitchens, should be held in custody in a loony bin following diagnosis of insanity claim. But again, this U.S. citizenship thing is only if people knew and nobody knows. So. Oh, interesting. We have more? I didn't realize there were multiple pages. Okay. Reconstruction of the evening of the crime according to witness reports. Noon, seen by Mrs. Puft in the public library, sorted books as normal. 1600, this is Amanda Valley. Tom Ackland sees subject in conversation with unrecognized male close by public library. We would be the unrecognized male, probably. 1730, Miss Abaya Goyle receives visit from subject in her shop. From Amanda, right? Because Amanda is the subject. Where subject confirms her intention to see Ms. Goya later at 2000 to watch video together. Subject, however, does not arrive. 1800, Bobby Ackland sees subject after streetlights flicked on, turned towards woods, first crossing the bridge. Bobby Ackland observed the proceeding from window of his room above public house. No further information on subject whereabouts after 1850. Fire Brigade report. Friday, 1835, received anonymous emergency call. 37, duty fire engine deployed. 51, arrival on location. 140, fire completely extinguished. So it took them quite a while to douse the fire, right? That's what? 8 to 24 is 6. And then it's another almost 7 hours to put the fire out. Recovery, because of course, obviously, Angelina didn't care about like arson. She had her other plans and just like lit Amanda's body on fire to, make it, you have a reason to frame Darren. So, recovery of 3 bodies. Lady Eleanor Gordon. She had a heart attack and died. That sucks. Butler Edward Bartholomew Bates, suffocation through smoke inhalation. Although he was in the process of dying when he would have died that way anyway. And cook Sally Woods burned. Dude, Angelina was a POS, man. She's like burned everybody, doesn't even care. Just whatever, it doesn't matter. One survivor, Lady Victoria Gordon, suffering from severe smoke inhalation and shock, was taken to the hospital. Jeez. Police report. Arrested Darren Michaels, Boston, USA, on strong suspicion of arson attack on Blackmare Castle. Murder of Amanda Valley. Fatalities arising from arson attack. Eleanor Gordon, Edward Bartholomew Bates, and Sally Wood. That was at 12 after midnight. Reconstruction not possible. Witness questioning inconclusive. Lady Victoria Gordon was unable to be questioned because she's obviously in shock. Has been discharged from the hospital at her own request after 2 weeks and is under medical supervision at home. According to her nurse, she's not fit enough to be questioned. Testing of alibi of Mr. Darren Michaels, resident of Gordon's Palace Hotel. No alibi. Hotelier Murray has no recollection of seeing Mr. Michaels in a hotel on Thursday evening. Search for further witnesses has been widened. Evidence for charging not yet sufficient, but suspect remains under strong suspicion. Excerpt from questioning report of Darren Michaels. Were you in the castle on the evening of the fire? No. What were you doing what were you looking for at the castle? Oh no, this is the other guy. What were you looking for at the castle at midnight? I was hoping to get some help. I saw the bright light of the fire and thought it would help on its way to me. Help for what? Help to save me from the members of the Order. They thought I'd come here to carry out some evil, but they were hunting the wrong person, just like you and our Inspector. And who, in your opinion, is the right person? Angelina, my twin sister. You can save yourself the effort of looking for her. She's already where she belongs, in hell. Might you have dispatched her there? No, she was dragged in the abyss by my mother. My mother jumped in to save me. She sacrificed herself for me. Subject's voice breaks up. Interview suspended. Status of investigation. Darren Michaels' disposition as well as the veracity of contradictory statements are currently under analysis by the forensic psychiatrist Dr. Joyce Winterbottom. Possible murder weapon. One torch still glowing time of arrest, which was being carried by Darren Michaels when he was apprehended, which is currently undergoing laboratory tests. Deportation. Oh yeah, we read this before. Free at last. I've got bail. Some unknown person's paid for me. I'd better ring my lawyer first. We already did that before. That was our initial quest thing. Get the police file, which we got. Okay, family faulty photocopier, and we fixed that. Got those done. Okay, Victoria. How could Victoria be getting on? She's completely on her own in the castle. No Eleanor, no Bates. There's no one anymore. Maybe I can help her somehow. I could live up there and be around for her. That's the least I could do. She hates me. Victoria blames me. This is before visit. After visit, she hates me. Victoria blames me for everything. I should have stayed away, a long way away in Boston. And then there's this vision as well. I'd never do anything to hurt Victoria. Oh. Wait. So that was just in his mind? He didn't actually do anything to her? That's good if he didn't actually do anything to her, but the fact that the nurse came in suddenly made me think that I feel like something is amiss there. Did he actually have the vision or not? I don't know. Anyway, and then there's this vision as well. I'd never do anything to hurt Victoria. It was Angelina who contrived everything. She lured me here, and it's she who has all those people on her conscience. Victoria doesn't believe a word I say. If I only had some kind of evidence I could show her. Father's grave. Evening's going to be longer than I planned. Somebody believes my innocence, but I just have to prove it myself. But why? And who wrote me the note I found in my hotel room? Surely not Murray. I need to go to visit Samuel's grave. I want to find out more. Unfortunately, I got no idea where the graveyard is around here. Yeah, so we're going to have to ask. We could ask Murray. We could ask Constable Zach. And we could ask Bobby. Or, I don't remember his name, but the head waiter at the cafe. So a few people we could try. I don't know if I do this or this. Let's do that.
Hi, Murray.
Oh, the esteemed Mr. Michaels. What's on your mind?
Dude, when he talks, it makes me want to put hands around the throat. So, dude, bruh, you have such an annoying voice. Let's start with this, and then if we have more
Murray, do
opportunity.
you know where the local graveyard is?
A graveyard? Didn't you want to take a rest?
I'm not up for resting anymore.
I'm sure you can't mean the graveyard behind the hotel. It's being redone right now.
It's being what?
I've had it removed for the time being so I can relocate it in a sensational new setting. It means I can charge more for some of the rooms with views over the Gordon graveyard.
You've had the Gordon family graves leveled?
To be quite honest, there was only Lothar Gordon's grave there, the founder of the original sanatorium. The family crypt is in the churchyard at Wormhill.
Ah, right. In Warm Hill, then.
What was that sudden sound? What the hell? That was weird. It was kind of like a semi-creepy sound effect, like something was about to happen, but nothing then happened. That was very weird. Okay, anyway.
So, anything exciting happen?
You mean, apart from Miss Valley's murder and the castle burning down and 3 people losing their lives? Well, the fair's finished. In its place, we now have a new exhibition in the Willow Creek Museum of Modern Murder. It's opening in a few days. Oh, you should definitely see that. It's worth it.
Oh, yeah. For you? Most definitely.
Yeah, dude, seriously, what Murray's doing? I actually think that might be illegal. Owning the property or not, if there are graves that have been established for a long period of time that previously were owned by somebody else, like Lothar, I don't know if you can legally move the graves. I don't know. I don't know UK law. I don't even know about. I've never had that come up before. I studied law for a number of years, but I don't know if you could actually do that in American law or not. I think you can, maybe, but you need permits or something. I can't imagine Murray actually got permits, but we'll see. We won't see. It doesn't matter, I guess I should say.
The woods around Willow Creek are pretty gloomy.
The woods are quite exceptional, I'll have you know. Full of ghosts and demons, if you like to believe the local folklore. The perfect backdrop for all of the grisly murders that have happened here and are, regrettably, yet to come.
You can hardly wait, right?
I've lived here long enough to know that patience is a virtue.
Why don't you go out and kill a few people yourself if you're so hot on it all?
I'm a businessman, not a murderer. A small but absolutely fine distinction, Mr. Michaels.
He's like... he's like trying to pretend, or like his words say that he finds that unfortunate people are getting killed, while the excitement in his voice completely belies what he says. It's hilarious.
But you know I had nothing to do with the fire, don't you?
Yes, well, according to the papers...
Yeah, the British tabloid press is world-renowned for its believability.
Well, of course, they don't always have the whole truth in there, but the headlines do help me to keep the hotel going.
In this case, at my expense.
Yeah.
Is this note here from you?
Pardon? No, I speak to my guests personally when I've got something for them.
Was there anyone here asking for me earlier?
No, you're simply not well known enough. But that'll soon change, believe me.
Yeah, that's what we want. We want things to change so we're infamous here.
Do you know the inspector, Mr. Spooner?
Oh yes, I certainly do. He was here twice. Took half the hotel apart. A terribly inconsiderate fellow. But good for business, too. How often, as a tourist, do you have the chance to see this kind of an investigation firsthand? Unfortunately, he confiscated all of your and Miss Angelina's personal effects. Means I can only display replicas in the museum.
Huh. What bad luck. See you, Murray.
Back to work.
Yeah, sure. Okay, so the graveyard, I guess, is just behind the hotel here. I was thinking to be out like maybe that path that we didn't want to wander down or something earlier, but looks like it's right. It's this one. This path, maybe. That's what it sounds like, right?
There are a few steps leading down behind the hotel. To the river, I reckon.
Oh, still no? Well, how do we get to the graveyard then? What the what? Okay, whoops, wrong thing. I want this. What did we add? Big graveyard at the church. Oh, it's in Warm Hill. Oh. What was the point of talking about moving the graveyard behind here if that's not the one we're going to? Whatever. Okay, that's fine. I don't. It's not a big, huge deal. Let's go here. It'll be faster because then it's one screen and over, I believe. And then this goes to Warm Hill. Really, the grass stream.
According to the map, this stream's called Old Wansford. It's really overgrown back there. And foggy, too. It wouldn't surprise me if some undead ghouls suddenly started staggering about.
And then suddenly ghouls stand up in the middle of the game. You're like, ah! What the? This is a murder mystery with the family curse, not undead. What's going on? I don't think there's anything else back there. Okay, keep going this way, I think. This setting, though, with these woods and stuff, this actually reminds me of what was it called? The one in Eastern Europe that had what the hell is it called? I don't want to tab though because then it'll shift things. It doesn't matter. Let me do it anyway. Just because it's bugging me now. What is it called? It is Saint Cotar. The woods remind me of Saint Cotar, actually. My thing is behind. Of course it is. It's annoying. Anyway. Yeah, it reminds me of Saint Cotar, though. Nope, we're not going this way. See, I knew tabbing was going to be annoying, but that's alright. It's whatever, it's fine.
Why should I go into the middle of the woods? Why should I go into...
Because I said, I'm clicking. Oh, baby. Character, just kidding. Yeah, I think just go this way. Probably get me to Warm Hill, and then from there, whatever. Yeah. There's literally, there's just this. There's no actual town here. So doing like Warm Hill doesn't
I've still got
actually...
things to do here. I'd rather get that done before I leave.
Oh. Well, that's fine. I wasn't gonna... Whatever, it's fine. Church door.
Ancient headstones. It looks like the design hasn't changed in hundreds of years.
Now, the grave we want, I believe, is over this way. Yeah. It said graveyard. But since there's stuff to examine here...
That's quite a recent grave. There are even a few flowers still lying on it.
Aww. I bet that's Amanda's grave. Damn.
That's quite a recent grave.
I bet that's what that is. I bet that's for poor Amanda. Jeez. That sucks too, dude. Like I said before. Like her whole... I don't know about like if she got parents and if she had, you know, cousins and stuff. But like it at least came across... The way it came across to me was... It was she and her younger brother. And her brother was killed in the first game. And then she got killed in the last game. So that family has no kids left, is what it sounds like. Especially because this is Europe, which has generally birth rates of only 1 or 2 per family, typically. It's possible there are more, but typically. Same thing in America, by the way. I'm not, like, singling out Europe. There are some families in America who have, like, 6, 10 kids, but most families in America only have, like, a couple. So if you lose both the kids, the family legacy is done.
Warm Hill Church. 800 years old and no spire. Very unusual. A fortified tower with battlements. That might have been more essential than a bell tower.
So there's the gate. I wonder what's back there versus graveyard.
There might be bells behind the slats. In that case, they are small auxiliary bell towers. Who's that? That doesn't look like the priest. There are some phrases from the Bible engraved in this. Behold the Lamb of God that taketh away the sin of the world, says John 1 verse 29. For to me to live is Christ and to die is gain, says Philip, also 1 verse 21. For many are called, but few are chosen, Matthew, blah blah blah. The Lord is with me, I will not be afraid. Psalms 118, verse 6. There are some phrases from Behold, for many are called.
It's just the same thing again. Obviously not a terribly religious person, this guy. Although, you know, you would think, I don't know about religion specifically, but you would think your views on that kind of thing might change some over the course of things, having seen the family curse kind of at work and stuff, but...
Bare wooden pews. Very inviting. They really make you want to kneel down and pray.
You know what I mean? Like, I'm not saying he needs to go out and join a church or something, but I'm just saying, you know, I think he'd be less dismissive of people believing in things, whether he agrees with them or not, given he's been confronted with some stuff that he would not have believed would be possible previously.
A huge stained glass window. for optimum illumination. These European churches really are impressive buildings. America was probably still India in the minds of a few sailors when this one was built.
There we go. Oh!
Hey,
Oh,
you
sleeping.
there. Good morning.
What the?
Ah,
Oh, I'm sorry, lad. I must have nodded off.
In the confession box?
The bench has a cushion on it, at least.
You're not the priest, are you?
God forbid. I'm Mark, the grave digger.
okay. At first I saw him and I was like, another murder? Are we seriously going to be on the hook for another murder already? What the frick, dude? But no. Okay. That's good.
Do you know Wormhill well?
Of course, but it's just a few houses on the back of the woods. There's more life in here, I tell you. Are you looking for something in particular?
No, I'm just trying to get an idea of the place.
Looking around this graveyard will give you a better idea of the place. And should you want to reserve yourself a spot here, then let me know. I recommend the southern slope. That's the best location.
Thanks for the tip, but I'm in no hurry to die just yet.
But maybe death's in a hurry to come and get you.
I suppose if you're a gravedigger by profession, you might have a morbid personality, morbid sense of humor develop over time.
You must have a lot to do around here being the gravedigger.
Oh, that's right. My job here is quite secure.
Yeah, seriously. Totally Lucius. Let us hope Mr. Potter will always be around to save the day.
Can you tell me anything about the church?
What do you mean then, lad? Who built it? It certainly wasn't me, even if I might look that old. Must have been around the time Marcus Gordon was alive. Have you seen the dark part of the tower up there?
Yes.
He ran out of stone, and they say he took stones from his castle walls to finish it off. Demolished his own castle to finish the church.
A model Christian.
Perhaps his time was running out. Got himself buried in there in the end.
A crypt that's 100 feet tall with an altar and a bell tower, all for him alone. What a modest man.
All those toffs are. No, he treated himself to an extra crypt underneath the nave. But it caved in 12 years ago. Nobody can get in there anymore.
Sorry, that was us when we were playing Samuel. I guess that makes more sense now too. Tying in that in the first game I was like, okay, I mean fine, that's where Marcus was buried, right? But I was like, I was struggling a little bit to see the connection other than the fact that Marcus was buried there. But it looks like if he took some stones from his own castle and his own castle is cursed, I could see the tie better now, because if the castle itself is cursed, not the ground where the castle is, but the actual castle, then blocks, stones from there would probably also share the curse, I would think, right? Interesting.
It's quite a woody area.
That's also supposed to be the reason it's such a bloody area.
The evil of the woods? People around here read too many horror stories.
Or have experienced it themselves. Have you been in the woods here at night?
No.
They say there's plenty to see. Murderous lords of the castle, the undead, Mordred's voracious hellhounds. There are many stories about it. Probably as many stories as there are people here.
The woods around Willow Creek strike me as being particularly creepy.
Yes, and the number of wild boars in there is uncanny. I've known them to trample down my fences to get at the clientele, but I've got some crafty traps set up. I'm looking forward to having a roast. The priest gave his permission.
Wants to make sure it's all on the up and up. We're good. Taken care of. Don't think I'm an evil person.
What is it you actually do all day?
Answer stupid questions.
I mean, digging graves can't be all you do.
Yeah, you're right, lad. I don't just dig. I repair things too, keep the church in order, guard the graves. And if you think that the weeds grow on their own around here, then think again. It ain't weeds, and it don't grow on its own. But who's interested anyway?
What did you mean by that? You guard the graves?
Well, because of the clientele. So they don't get dug up. By dogs and the like.
Which dogs?
Well, strays from around here. For them, a graveyard is like
An underground hot dog stand?
Yeah, exactly. With bloody tough sausages.
Huh.
There's a fresh grave in front of the church.
That'll be Sally's, the young cook from the castle. The poor thing was burned to death, just like old Bates. The fire didn't really make any difference. But Bates isn't here. Lady Victoria insisted on burying him in the Golden Crypt, like a member of the family.
Just like Lady Eleanor, I assume.
Yes, there's still plenty of space in the crypt. Lots of the Gordons haven't been buried there.
Why not?
Well, there are just too many murderers and suicides. They're frowned upon in Catholic graveyards, particularly the ones who commit suicide.
Why? What happens to them?
Well, they're buried anonymously, without any religious ceremony, without the ringing of the bells, without any prayers, without a priest, nothing. They're all buried before sunrise, over by the north wall.
Isn't that what they used to do hundreds of years ago?
Perhaps where you come from. But we're in Wormhill, the manor of Black Mirror Castle. Things are all a bit different around here, my lad.
So it wasn't Amanda. It was Sally. I guess that actually is true. Right? Because Amanda's directly tied to the investigation, so she might not be buried yet. That's a good point. She might be in their morgue or whatever while they're analyzing things. Although, what was his name in the first game? That doctor, that worked. There was like the doctor that was Robert's friend that Samuel also ended up killing at some point. That guy was something of a mortician, right? He was like a general doctor, but he also did some autopsy work, making me wonder if there's somebody that's replaced that now. I wonder if, probably not, maybe not, but we might talk to that person in this game. I don't know.
You don't happen to know, being the gravedigger and all, where Samuel Gordon's grave is? He must have been buried in 1981.
That's a tough one, lad. So many people died here 12 years ago, good and evil alike, in the strangest of circumstances. I really can't remember who ended up where. You'd be better off talking to Father Frederick, the priest. Perhaps he can remember.
Where would I find the priest then?
Today? Well, you won't find him at all. He left around midday. Some conference or other. Supposed to be back by noon tomorrow, though.
I'd better be going.
Keep your eyes peeled, lad.
Okay. I think we've examined everything else in here. Go outside.
Oh, is it that late already?
Damn.
This is where Miss Valley is buried. Murdered by my cursed sister. Perhaps I should bring a few flowers the next time I visit.
Yeah, damn. So Amanda is buried here. She's just not over here. This is Sally, and this is Amanda. Damn, dude. Okay. Graveyard and gate. Let's go to the graveyard. This looks totally warm and welcoming. I don't know why anybody would be scared to be outside here at night time.
Gravestones without names.
He did say that there were things like boars, so just in case we get attacked, kind of like in the first game with the wolves, to make sure I can reload at a nearby spot if I die or something.
Gravestones. The gravedigger mentioned something about wild boars rampaging around here, but they must have been really big specimens and damn wild too. And of all places, they chose to run wild here. Strange.
Walk a little faster, why don't you?
That's the Gordon family crypt. The musty skeletons of my ancestors are just behind this door. I'm not interested in paying them a family visit.
What? Why not? Bruh. You know what kind of cool stuff you could see in there? Just kidding. Guess that's it for that.
That's William Gordon's grave, my great-grandfather. He died in August 1981. No idea why he wasn't buried in the family crypt.
Yeah, that is a good point. Why would William have his grave here? The Gordons have that massive, I mean, you know, for as long as they can hold it, they've got that massive tract of land outside of the manor itself. They got like a huge garden area and stuff. You'd think they'd have somewhere they bury their people. Why would William be buried way over here? Especially because William was not, it seems like William was not affected by the curse, right? If you remember in the first game, William talked about how his son was being affected by the curse, and he ended up taking a ring from his son, which then Samuel later got. And then obviously Samuel was affected by the curse, but William himself seemed like I don't know if he was unaffected by the curse, but he never succumbed to it, right? William was actually investigating, like, you know, what's going on with it, and is there a way we could potentially stop it, and whatever. So, it's interesting.
That's William Gordon's grave.
Okay. So that is definitely noteworthy. I wonder why that is the way it is.
The wall has collapsed right in the middle without having a demolition ball taken to it. It takes a few hundred years for that kind of thing to happen.
Gate, graves.
This certainly isn't a well-groomed graveyard. Most of the graves are overgrown with twining weeds and roots.
Gate, and then to the church, and then there's a gate on the other side. What if these go to the same place?
Locked. That's probably the priest's house back there.
Ah. Probably means also Same thing over here.
Locked. That's probably the priest's house back
Yeah.
there.
So there's two ways of getting to the priest's house. And it seems like that's everything back at the graveyard. We've already talked to Lucius Malfoy in there. So I would guess we're done here. He'll say this is Sally now that he knows, probably. Holy crap, just go over to the
This
grave.
is Sally's grave. She was murdered.
Alright. I'm like... To go over, so just go a little faster, please. Yeah, so let me look at my notes. Big graveyard, Church of Wormhill, pastor could only... You're not going to find my father's grave today. The pastor isn't around. Can only ask again tomorrow. So I'm guessing we want... That's it. Okay. So I'm guessing we want to just go back to the hotel? Probably. In the first two games, there was kind of this thing, hey, go take pictures as you go around places. Or not the first two games. I don't remember that being the first one. The last one for sure, at least. In the first game, you did take pictures, but it was more like for looking at the symbols, right, that Samuel was investigating. Anyway, this one, I don't know if this one really has that kind of a thing to it. It might, though. But anyway.
That's a
Okay.
walking map of the area around Willow Creek. I don't want to use it at the moment.
I don't? Why not?
I can help you prove your innocence because I believe in your innocence.
First lead at the Father's grave.
I'm
Yes,
not going
we
to get
need
any
that.
further with this letter today without the priest.
Oh,
Those must be wild boars. There's supposed to be plenty of them around here.
ruh-roh. Trying to think what I could grab or whatever to try to... Okay, hang on. Since it seems like we're going to have some kind of a timed event or something here, let's just do this. Yeah. Okay. I don't know what I can do, though. Fire would scare them away, but I don't have anything to light on fire, I don't think.
This pot looks like it's been pushed in. Wonder if it was a hearse driver with parking problems.
Huh. It's probably the boars, actually.
I'll leave him in peace for now.
No. Damn it. I was gonna see if there's anything else in here that I missed, but... Like, if I grabbed one of these candelabras, I mean, obviously it'd be huge and unwieldy, but if I had something similar to that, I could probably, or potentially at least, scare the boars off. Okay, maybe not. There are no, like, branches or anything I can grab from here. I mean, I do have the bloody plastic knife. It's possible I use that, I guess. I don't think it's going to be very successful, but we could try it.
Or demonic hellhounds, as they say in the local fables. Whoa! I'd better get out of here fast if I don't want to get mauled. I can't keep this up for too long. How come I'm not waking up? This must just be a nightmare.
Where's my mouse?
Have they gone? Calm before the storm? I think I better wait until those beasts have lost their appetite.
Okay. Okay, just in case there's a timed thing here too, like I only have X amount of time before, maybe we'll do this again just in case. Although, to be fair, I could have just done the run down the path thing, and that wasn't hard. Let me see.
A box that's just rotting away. Don't want to know what's in that.
But you could slide it in front of the door.
Oh well, let's take a look then. Damn it, locked.
I don't think I have anything currently that would open that.
An old bucket. Oh, I hope that isn't the toilet.
Gross. That's gross. Shredder?
That almost looks the same as the shredder in the museum. There's something lying in it.
Same as the shredder in the museum. Also same as the shredder that was at Black Mirror Castle in the first game, right? When you went out back toward the... What was it, like the greenhouse or whatever? There was that thing for, like... I think it was maybe more of like a wood chipper, but it was standing in front of it.
It's soft, damp, and cold. Yuck.
Ugh. Then use that to try
A
to grab
rusty
some...
old garden implement.
That? No. Nope. Okay. What else? Door to the shed. Ooh, a file. That might be useful.
A file. Huh. The escape tool of choice. In the comics, at least.
I mean, to be fair, you could use a file if you had like a bar to a prison cell or something. If you did it when nobody was around to hear you, you could over time slowly saw through that, because it would, right? It would basically grate or shred some of the metal of the bar a little at a time. It'd be a ton of metal dust, but you could eventually work through. I mean, as long as the file didn't break, that is, in the process.
I'm guessing that's paint thinners or gasoline for cleaning stuff. Ugh, smells something like that at least.
I wonder if this is, because we got this now, I wonder if this is where we get like this plus a cloth or something, and then we use it as like a torch and get the wolves out of the way so we can go back to the hotel. Maybe.
An oil lamp. Doesn't seem all that old. Maybe it still works. An oil lamp.
Maybe we put that stuff in here instead. I don't know.
A couple of luminous smiley stickers. Whoever lives here must be scared of the dark. Damn, don't say somebody lives here. There's something lying under the bed, but I can't get at it. Gotcha.
Guess we don't need the rake anymore.
A cardboard box. Somebody scribbled something on the lid. I can't decipher it. The word definitely begins with an R, though. Let's take a look inside.
Robert Gordon? Nah.
A rag doll. Pretty ugly and worn out. I recognize it. I've seen it before.
Ralph's.
It was Ralph's. Yep, that's his doll. Mr. Bubby, or whatever he called it. Strange. How'd it get here? And why has Ralph left it? He never used to go anywhere without it. What else have we got?
Another one of those.
A luminous sticker with a smiley on it. And a cork from a bottle. This must be Ralph's shack. Or his hideaway.
I wonder, though, if that means that Ralph died. Or if he comes back. Because you think if he's staying here, he'd be here. If he's out there in the woods, that's dangerous for him, right? He might get attacked by the wolves or something.
I've got what I wanted.
Interesting.
I think there's still enough oil in it. No need for a refill.
Okay. So then we'll just do this.
Oh, that's better. I can see now. What the hell?
Ruh-roh. What? Oil lamp. Oh, peculiar shadow. Yeah, what's that?
A peculiar shadow.
That's it? Why even have that? What is the point of that? That's so stupid. Okay. We're just gonna throw stuff in because reasons. Okay. Okay then. Sounds good. Good job.
The floorboards here sure creak loudly. The floorboards here. The file is worn down. At the very most, you could file your fingernails with it.
I still feel like we should be able to get something from there somehow, but I don't know how we would do that.
It's fastened shut.
Oh yeah, that's right. Oh, no worries, Darren. It's just a ghost lady. I know. But maybe we do actually have ghosts in this now and not just the hint at ghosts. Because in the earlier games, it's like, well, it's the what do you call it? The curse. But you didn't actually think that there were ghosts. They kind of played off it a little bit like, oh, maybe there's a ghost, but like nobody believed it. And then it just turned out to be you're the psycho that's killing people or whatever. But interesting. I had to use the bathroom. I'll be right back. Sorry about that. A little bit longer than I intended to be. Not too bad though, hopefully. I go outside, but I don't. Go to the shed first.
Another door. Let's see now. Was kinda obvious. There's storage behind it for logs. It stretches right to the door. There's no getting through here.
Oh, we can grab the lamp. Yeah, that's good. That's good.
I think I know where that mysterious shadow's coming from. Well, how about that? And so the key falls into my possession.
Oh. I thought I was grabbing the lamp. Interesting. Okay. Is that on there then, I guess, right? No? No, it's grayed out, so it doesn't go to that. What would that go to then? Door to the shed, but he said it's the reason that he can't get in is that the logs are stacked up against the door, so it's not like a key's gonna help with that. Huh. So what are we gonna use the key for? Maybe that we use that for the shed outside. Okay.
What the? Looks as though the door's been bolted from the outside. But how can that be? Won't move an inch. It's probably completely jammed. I'll have to come up with something else.
That key won't work. Okay.
A ragdoll called Mr. Bubby, Ralph's best friend. One of those stickers that light up in the dark if you first expose them to enough light. I guess that this must be a pretty valuable item to Ralph. Still smells of wine a little. The rusty key from the lamp. An old tin can. The smell would suggest there's gas in it. A rusty file. Can't really do too much with that.
Okay.
No thanks. I don't really want to know what's died in there.
So nothing more. So we're not going to try to retrieve something from there. Okay. So just, you know, since we still had the hand, I figured, you know, maybe try again, but okay. Let's see. Door to the shed. Floorboards. They said that's not use. It's not really going to work with that. What else?
The floorboards here, sure.
Creaky. How can I use that? Light them? Really? Maybe it's where we're looking down.
There's a hell of a draft through the gaps in the boards. This shack's obviously not built on solid ground. The floorboards here, sure.
Okay. It's not built on solid ground. That's just gonna bust. Oh, we tried prying them? I think he said... Isn't this what we tried it on before?
The file is worn down.
Yeah. through those.
I can't get out of here. There's only timber back there.
Window? We already saw Ghost Lady once, right?
Nothing more to see.
I don't know. None of these. This is nothing. The key. Still gray, so... I thought maybe... I mean, he kind of, you can't exactly see well through it, but I thought maybe he'd take a picture and have a better idea of what was below that, but I guess not.
A photo of me in front of the castle. That'll have to do for Murray.
So something over here, or the box, but I still can't figure out how I open the box. Key does not work on it. Or either of these. I don't know. Try to fast travel.
There's not much use for the map at the moment.
Really? I'm so surprised. Let me do this. Shack in the woods. Maybe there really is more that connects us than I thought. Taking his things anyway. I'll come across him again sooner or later, and I'll give them back to him then. Oh, sorry. Let's start back here. Hang on. This was... Yep, okay. Shack in the woods. That can only be a nightmare, a vision, or something. I'm sitting tight here in the shack, being pursued by two gruesome hellhounds. What am I supposed to do now? What would Dr. Winterbottom's advice be? Cough, cough, keep quiet, and look for a way out. If possible, not out the front. Somehow, I don't find it comforting that Ralph lives in the shack, or used to. Well, he's harmless, but he's still a total wacko. No wonder he spent years in an old sanatorium, locked in a dark cell, stuffed full of drugs, and then diagnosed as crazy. Maybe there really is more that connects us than I thought. There we go. So then I'll give back to then. I've just seen something very strange. A woman dressed completely in white walking through the woods. Get the feeling that I've known her for a very long time. Okay. Well. I guess we'll leave it here for now. Okay. Well, that'll be it for now. Yeah, we'll look more into the mystery next week. I'm enjoying it. I like that we're in the woods right now. It's like more of the horror vibe that I mean, don't get me wrong. The whole thing is horror themed and stuff, but I enjoy the whole, oh no, it's horrible things are happening thing more when it's a creepy setting like that versus just wandering around in like sewers and stuff. I mean, that cult stuff was interesting, but I like the woods thing a little bit more. I think that's fine. It doesn't really matter. It's not the end of the world. Anyway, I didn't dislike it at all. Just I like this better. Anyway, all right. Thanks to the well and anybody who watches this later. Appreciate the support as always. I will talk to you guys next time. In about 8 hours, we'll continue with The Witness. Thanks for watching. See you guys then. Peace.
Poor spider.
This freaking boy.
Oh, that's so sad.